everybody, welcome to round number 6 of 20 of season 6 of the Sunoco League Series. We're here, back at Nashville Speedway. As we were last year, it was his first year last year, it's the second year this year, and made the cut again on the schedule. We expected to for a few years to come, for many years to come. We come into today with the first driver trade of the season coming extra early the moment it was available. This trade was made coming into today. So it was a trade between Monarch Motorsports and Thundersport Racing Australia. I'm a little tired. Recently woke up. Sorry about that. And we will see the number 51 be changed to Jack Halleck as Windhelm moves back to Monarch. Both of them did not have amazing qualifyings in their new equipment, although it's not necessarily new equipment for Windhelm. He still needs to get used to it before he can get back into the rhythm. On pole position today, it's Roger Ray for his third pole position of his career. And it's his first pole position that he's actually rightfully earned himself. He starts in first. For his first time at a ranked D equipment, we'll see what he can do with it. Alongside Paul Jackson, your points leader, who's still on form. Since the start of the season, he's hoping to continue the form going through Nashville. He starts in second. On row 2, you've got Zachary Fitzwater Sr., another person who's been on a roll lately. And now Fitzwater starting on the podium. Can he keep it going through this race? He's trying to keep the momentum up to keep his team. To pretty much carry his team, basically, because the rest of them not performing that well. William Duncan is alongside him, who hasn't had the best start of the season. Got one good qualifying, but dropped down out of the top 20. He's been searching for that first good result. Maybe today could be his day. He starts fourth. On row 3, in P5, is Philip Scott, the second highest Maverick Wolf on the grid. It's usually Scott and Jackson who's the highest qualifiers, but Rowe seems to have the pace this weekend out of the team. We'll see how Philip Scott could do, though. We didn't see too much pace out of him in practice. Alongside Benoit Vervine, who Trailblazers done amazing so far this season. So far they sit in a rank B position. We'll see if he can hold on to that. He sits on row 3, which is a very good thing to start the race at. But it's keeping that position that's going to be the hard part. On row 4, a surprising row 4 entry, Daniel Bouchard for Monaco Dynasty Racing. This is, I believe, their highest qualifying of the season. Bouchard has got to be very happy with this. Got through pretty safely in the non-charter shootout. We'll see what Bouchard could do, starting near the front, near all these veterans. Alongside your third in points, Skyla Johnson. She's had a great season so far, has her first win of her career. We'll see now if she can catch up to Jackson in this championship.
Drivers, start your engines!
The command has been called as we roll out of pit lane, and on row 5, you see Jeffrey Finguy, the Pensacola winner, who, after Pensacola, hasn't had the absolute best of seasons that he would want, but it's still been good so far for Jeffrey Finguy, alongside Eric Monaco, who kind of lost his speed last week. We'll see what he could do after trying to recover from a bad result in Kansas. Anyone have issues? Oh yeah, John Hart qualifying on the last row of the grid, not good for his championship run. Doesn't look like anyone's having issues in this start. We're looking for Scott Roush. Qualifies near the mid-pack, more near the rear. We'll see what he could do against Jackson as we come through the last corner. We don't have much time to talk. Come through the last corner, it looks like we have no issues, so it looks like as the pace car is going to be coming in right now, Roger Ray will lead it down to the green flag, 65 laps around Nashville Speedway in Tennessee, and Scott Ganassi Racing will lead it down, green flag in the air. We barrel down into 1. Duncan gets low very early, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to strike on Jackson. No, he will. Jackson lost some momentum out of that corner. Not what he wants early in this race. Roger Ray is going to gain the lead. Duncan has moved his way into Sunkit. Duncan, it's been a big story for him for a long time. He has not won since season 1. This season has not gone well for him so far. He's trying to turn that around now, and it looks like he might because he's going for the lead. It's Duncan versus Ray for the race lead. Ray, in his new equipment this season, trying to hold on to it. But Duncan, been around since the mid-season one, where he replaced Tyler Avery after his injury. So he's been around basically since season one. I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Skylar Johnson, heavy contact with the wall. As that is not good for Skylar Johnson's race. Heavy contact is going to be a lot of damage. Bad luck for Skylar Johnson. Let's look back up. It's now Duncan in the lead of this race. Let's continue to look back. There's Daniel Bouchard, who we said he needed a good start. He got one, but now he's under pressure from Eric Monaco. And Gatlin Downey, who just barely qualified into this race, as it was a last lap pass in the non-charter shootout against Sean Angel to gain his spot. It worked, and now, surprisingly enough, I think he just cracked the top 10. He did. So from barely getting in to a top 10 spot in 9th. Good job for Gatlin Downey so far in this race. Ray back on the hunt as he's searching on Philip Scott here. Not going to get there. It's what would be his team outer this season, but not this time. He doesn't own Scott Ganassi anymore. Handed the team over to a relative, and now he drives for Maverick Wolf, trying to keep his rank A. So far, Philip Scott has not had a bad season, but he has been the worst of the team so far, sitting P10 in points, which is surprising to say that P10 is the worst for this team, but they've been on a roll this season. Ray getting back around Fitzwater now. Roger Ray really looks like he wants to get back on the hunt for this lead, as even though Arndt qualified near the rear, Ray trying to keep the hopes alive for the team. Speaking of Arndt, where is he now? 23rd, made up a lot of time, but he's now trapped on the outside with the other person who's on the last row with him, Alex Bignacco. So these two have been on the move so far. We'll see what they can do to keep it up. Scott Roush has been falling since the start of this race. He is out of the points currently. Not what Roush would want, especially in a championship hunt against Jackson. Same with Skylar Johnson. A lot of the big championship rivals to Jackson really have not had a good day so far. And him, on the other hand, sits fighting for the race lead. Well, not fighting right now. He seems to be kind of dormant. He doesn't seem to want to challenge Duncan just yet. These two traded spots last season, as it was Duncan who, at the start of last season, was at Maverick, and Jackson who was at Clover Haas. A mid-season trade between those two changed it. Duncan been at the team ever since, and now he's trying to get his first win since season 1. Got that one under Trailblazer at Mid-Ohio. None since, but right now Jackson is breathing down his neck as here he comes. Paul Jackson jets down the inside, trying to go for the lead. Not gonna get there. Duncan was able to sweep it on that outside a little bit better than Jackson was able to keep it low. He'll keep the lead. The outside can work here. Passes are not easy, but they're not hard. You just need to set yourself up right. We roll around now. Jeffrey Finguy has gotten through Philip Scott, and now Max Anderson is on the hunt as he'll just make a move right down the inside of Finguy. I don't think that's going to work. He made the move a little too late, and he just didn't have the drive. Finguy will retain the 5th position, but Anderson will gain the 6th. Now Jackson has backed off. We know you can make passes around here. Jackson, it just seems like he's choosing not to. Maybe he's just trying to conserve his tires, stay behind, at least just stay close. Finguy back under pressure from the 40. But will he strike before Finguy strikes Fitzwater? No, Fitzwater down, just under pressure now from Finguy. Anderson pushing Finguy down the inside of him, will take the spot from Fitzwater as well. Former team owner. person who got him his title. And now he's gotten through him. That is now the 5th position for Max Anderson, as they'll start to go after 4th, which is Jeffrey Finguy. Finguy, though, has been strong this race. Guess he's just trying to reach his teammate. Ray has closed up to the rear end of Paul Jackson. What can he do with it? Is he just going to stay German as well and wait for the pit cycle? Maybe try to make a move there, or is he going to start to strike? Again, you've seen back here, they're definitely making moves back here. You definitely can. Now, here he comes. This might be a good place to do it. He'll need a strong drive into 1. Oh. A little shaky. Can he hold it? He's trying. Out of 2. Anderson got it. He's got it. As you can see there, making a pass. A little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you can do what Anderson's done, and he's moved himself into the 4th position. You know he's going to start going after the top 3. Here was the move for the lead, lap 19, as Jackson would set himself up a great run out of the corner, would jet down Duncan's inside, and very late break into the corner. And it's a very good move for Paul Jackson, as he'll take the lead here in Nashville. As it's now Jackson who continues to lead this race. He took the lead lap 19. Duncan, though, has not fallen off. He's actually gaining time back. But Anderson, a solid 0.3 up on Jackson, and has closed it up now. He's close to Ray. We may see a move for 3rd within the next lap or 2. Fitzwater under pressure from Paulson now. Fitzwater just trying to hold on to a top 10. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it. He almost got a podium back in North America, but due to the person who is now right behind him, he wasn't able to do that. Oh no. There's got to be a little bit of tension as these two meet up again. If you didn't know, Jovic very heavily rear-ended the back of Fitzwater back at Road America. There were definitely some words exchanged post-race between those two. I can say that there's definitely not a good relationship between these two. What's going to happen now? Jovic not even going to care, right down the inside of Fitzwater. Not even going to be able to challenge Jovic. Back up at the front. Duncan now putting Jackson back under pressure, but there's more pressure for 3rd as Anderson gets down the inside. Can he hold it? Yes, that's it right there. That little bump of momentum out of the corner. Anderson's been so good on that inside line today, and he'll take the 3rd position. Now in the top 3, we have 2 people who have just barely lost a championship, and 1 person who has won a championship. The greatest of all time closing in. Oh, the 10th career win just seems more and more likely as Anderson moving up in the order. You need to make it to lap 32 to be able to make the pit cycle. The 1 stop, which is the predicted pit cycle. As it's Duncan who will retake the lead. Now Anderson putting Jackson under pressure. You know Jackson doesn't want to give up this 2nd position. He wants to go back after Duncan. You know he can, but letting Anderson through could be the end of this race. We could see Anderson just run with this if he can get through Duncan as well. But there's going to be no chance for Jackson to challenge Anderson here on the outside. The outside can only work at the entry of 1 and 2 where you might just be able to take it back. But he was already through the beginning of 1 and 2, and by that point he was doomed. Anderson has taken the 2nd position. And now we have a true battle on our hands. What can Anderson do for this race lead? Or will Duncan be able to sustain it for now? As we're reaching lap 32 soon. No one's in the pits yet. That's good. You don't want to be in the pits yet. The end of lap 32 is the preferred spot, because then you can make another 32 lap run. Make it to the end of the race. Duncan now under pressure from Anderson. This is one person you don't want to be putting you under pressure, because he's a person who knows how to put people under pressure well. Anderson down the inside for the lead. Duncan's able to defend. He defended the first challenge. We are in pit range now. If I was Duncan, I'd shoot down pit road right now. Oh, but Anderson's not going to give that chance. Anderson down the inside for the lead, and he'll take it. What a great run Anderson's had so far in this race as he'll take the lead away. Now, can they do anything about this? Pit stops are soon. We expect them very soon. Roush is on the move. There's your first pit taker. I believe that's Dak Jovic. Yes. Jovic will undercut. What can you do with it? Your top four still all pretty close in proximity to each other. Who's going to be the first person to dive? Ooh! Jackson tries to make the move on Duncan. Can't do successfully. Dives down pit lane. And now they are nose to tail going into the pits. This should be interesting. Now it's Anderson, who won't have pressure from behind now. But that may not be a good thing because the undercut is most likely better here. I would be surprised if the overcut was the better call. Paulson stayed out, Rowe stayed out, Shepard stayed out. A few people in this race stayed out. Anderson's in. Yep. Anderson, Ray, is anyone staying out? Nope. Rowe trying to get in. Shepard won't let him. Oh, they're going to make it in. Shepard's going to get there first. It was a battle on the pit road. Jovic still has to make another round to be able to take it away from these guys. Here we go. Duncan is out of the pits first. As expected. Rahal! Whoa! Roman Rahal will jump Paul Jackson in the pits. It was not a good pit stop for the driver of the 10 car. Jovic proves the undercut is better. He jumps Jackson as well. This means Anderson. A lot of people got to be fearing him right now. As he's going to exit pit lane. I think we're about to see the 4 car in just a moment here. There he goes. Easy move. Duncan will retake the lead of this race. It is Anderson in second, Rahal in third, Jovic in fourth, and Jackson rounding out your top 5. So Jackson lost some time, but not too much. Not too much. He's still in the top 5. If he can get back into a rhythm, close back up, maybe he can salvage a podium here. But now, Anderson, just when you thought you got the lead, Duncan was able to get it back. That's the last pit stop of this race. It is now a battle of attrition to the end. The 6 of Ryan Griffin as your fastest lap of the race. That's good for Griffin. He's making moves. He's looking very strong right now. Your first sub 31 of the race. There it is. Vance Caldwell, 27th. Making the move for 26th. He has a long ways to go in this race, though. Rahal on a very fast pace. But Duncan did not get a good lap there. He lost 4 full tenths to Anderson. But there's someone quicker than him behind him. Dodd has the fastest lap of the race now. 14th, closing in on his teammate. A 30.802. That is a tenth and a half faster than everyone else on track on their fastest lap. Then you look at the people ahead. He's 6/10 quicker than his teammate. It's a very good pace. Oh, Duncan, what's happened to your pace, man? You just don't have it. Duncan, he may have regained the lead, but he doesn't have the pace to keep up. Anderson down the inside for the lead once again. Question is, can Rahal do anything about it? He was the fastest of the race earlier. He still is on a very quick pace. Now he hits the 30.9s. Quicker than Anderson. We could see Rahal challenge for this lead. Duncan actually starting to outpace Rahal here. Can he start to outpace Anderson and go back for the lead? Being up front is where your tires are going to degrade quicker. So the clean air, because you want to push and get away, or you're just wasting tires at the front. Duncan's just kind of staying dormant, it looks like. Maybe he's waiting for Anderson's tires to start to fall off just a little bit more than Duncan's, and then he can start to strike. That way Duncan can go back for the lead. Oh! Windhelm! Windhelm would stall the car. He said no power, everything shut down in the car as it would slowly come down, but he would be able to get it fired back up on track. He would drop to about 25 miles per hour and the car would kick it back up, but he would pull into the pits to go get a check on the car. Hans Windhelm, not a good start with Monarch, but it's a good thing he got that car back going. Ray now gets through Jackson. Jackson has just got to be worried about one person here, and that's Freeze in 14. Everyone else he could just kind of nonchalantly let through. Doesn't have to worry too much. Although he may want a win, it's not the most important thing here. Oh, Duncan. Dropping back right now. He can't drop back. He needs to stay close. He needs to do what Jackson did. Stay close to the 40. Don't let up. Just stay near him and get through him once his tires fall. Rahal now putting him under pressure though. Finn guy putting Jovic under pressure, but Ray doesn't want him to. It's Scott Ganassi challenging Finn guy here, trying to prevent Finn guy from getting through them. He already got through one. That's a caution. Caution is out. Hans Windhelm is definitely going to get a penalty for this one as he'd be coming out on track and would just jump up in front of Fitzwater. Fitzwater, nowhere to go, tags him, and it's a heavy hit for them. And Bowers would clip Shepard, and then he would hit Arndt. It's a nasty hit for a few people, but it's definitely an angry Fitzwater. Another race this year that Fitzwater can't be happy with what's happened. Bad luck for Fitzwater, and there's definitely a penalty in store for the driver of the 58. Pit road is now open. Only Vince Freeze chose to go down. I'm guessing he's trying to go for some fresh tires, climb through this pack, but I think the track position is just more important here. So we are now on lap 49 of 65. The chance of us having to go to a green-white checkered is, I don't know. The pack is all tight, so we could. But we'll have to see. We're going to probably be going green, maybe 15 to go. As predicted, we will be going green with 15 to go. It was Windhelm, Fitzwater, Shepard, and Pericles who are out. Pericles also got a tag in it off camera while we were focused on Bowers and Arndt. Pericles got tagged in with Shepard, Fitzwater, and Windhelm. Bowers, one lap down. Another bad race for Bowers. But now, it'll be 15 to go. No, 16 to go. Sorry. Not 15. I'm just stupid. 15 to go here at Nashville. The pack is tightened up. Now that everything's tightened up, how well preserved are Anderson's tires compared to people like Duncan, Rahal, Jovic could be in this. Finn guy could be in this. So many people could be in this race, but it's going to be Max Anderson leading down to the green flag, trying to win number 10. Can he do it? 15 laps to go. Green flag in the air once again. And it's a terrible start for Bowers. I think Bowers just has damage. Top 3, get away. Finn guy, gonna join him. What about Jackson and Ray out there? No. Although, he doesn't have too much to worry about because Freeze pit. We don't know why he did, but he did. Now it's Roush he needs to worry about, which he's actually getting close to. How's Freeze? How did that work out for him? Not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Oh, that was terrible. Not a good decision. Rahal doesn't want to waste any time with Duncan here. But Duncan, not going to give up. You know they want to go after Anderson, but Anderson's quick. He's been quick all race long. He dug through this field, and he could be going for his second win of the year. Many people at the beginning of the season thought that this could be Anderson's year for a second championship. Many others thought that he was past his prime, and we wouldn't see the form we've seen out of Anderson in the past fire up again. But right now, he's proven them wrong, because he's definitely flared to life in this championship. Jackson has moved below Roush, but he's gotten low. Oh, now he's back on the hunt. You know he wants a piece of everyone now. Especially that 38. You know he can't be done with Roush yet. It's still Anderson. Finn guy, Duncan's teammate, has gotten through Rahal. Finn guy, you may need to work together with your teammate here to get up to Anderson. You may not have a choice. Oh, but he's quicker. Actually, Duncan might be just better letting Finn guy through here. But it looks like he might be gaining a little bit. What are you going to do? Are you going to let him through? Or are you going to work together here? It looks like they're choosing the second option. Work together. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. Downey in a top 5 for Hood Huddleston Sunoco Racing, the only member of that team left in this race because the other two did not qualify. It's a great result, though, for Downey. Jackson, he's got to be hungry for some spots here. He's 14th. His next target is that 32. As now he's down the inside. It's Alug versus Jackson. For 13th, it doesn't look like there's going to be able to be a challenge out of Alug here. He's too deep in on his car. Yeah, no, Alug didn't have a chance. Jackson moves up into the 13th position now. His worst finish of the season, 11th. Can he at least match that and keep momentum up? Duncan has got to start putting Anderson under pressure because we're at 9 laps to go and Anderson's still out front. They're running very similar lap times. Look at Downey starting to challenge the 83 of Rahal, and it's gonna work. Downey putting Rahal down to 5th, and he'll move up into the 4th position. You also see Full Frontal making a charge late race. Dodd and Paulson are the main two. Jackson under pressure from the 05. I don't think it's gonna work. It won't. Oh no, it will. Oh, this is not what Jackson wants. He's got to be a little panicked now because Roush getting away. The main story right now, it may be over. We may finally see the 10-win barrier broken, but I didn't think it would be by Anderson. We all thought Brock would be the one to break the 10-win barrier first. He has been at 9 career wins since season 4. But right now, even in new rank A equipment, he's been consistent, he's been fast, but he hasn't been good enough to get a win. Anderson already has one. And now he's going for his second on the season and his 10th career win. Duncan and Finn Guy. Finn Guy's been patient. He's been sticking with Duncan, trying to work with him, trying to get a move on, trying to reach him, but it's just not going. Anderson on his own is outpacing the two clever Haas's. Oh, they get together! Oh, there has got to be. Oh, they have got to be pissed with each other. What just happened? That's it. Anderson just won this race. Downey's in second. Calvin Downey is in the second position. Anderson, because those two somehow tagged into each other, Anderson just won this race. Duncan has to be livid with his teammate, as Finguy would make too eager of a move. He would tag his teammate and they would go into the wall. They got together, and again, Duncan has got to be livid with his teammate right now. There has got to be emotions flaring. I'm not sure if there's going to be a penalty in store for Finguy. There might. There might be a very small penalty in store. Lap 62. It's Anderson, Downey, Dodd, Rahal, Paulson. Your top 5. Roush sits in a great position. Jackson moves his way up into 11th. That will tie his his season worst performance. His career worst. That would be amazing. His season worst performance if he can get through Jack Benyako. I don't think they have to pit. I don't think there's an issue on that. And I think this race is over. I don't think anyone has the speed to challenge him. Maybe Duncan would have. Maybe. But with Finguy being stupid as hell with that, it's pretty much over. Yeah, this race is over. 2 laps to go, and the barrier is finally going to be broken. He is finally going to do it. We've been eager for it. We've been watching Brock since season 4 at 9 career wins, waiting for the day we could announce that he finally pulled off 10, and instead, right out from under his nose, his new teammate is going to do it instead. No pit stop, and this race is over. White flag is in the air for Max Anderson in Full Frontal Motorsports, trying to break the barrier. It's over. There's nothing that anyone can do at this point. Anderson's got it. Been around since season 1. Greatest of all time, a championship, a Royale, and now he will finally be the first to break the barrier. Into the last corner. No challenge. And Max Anderson will break 10 career wins, the first person ever to get 10 career wins to their name, and Anderson wins in Nashville. It's been done. History finally been made. Anderson is a 10-time winner in the Sunoco Elite Series. Dodd, his teammate, will come home second. It was a very strong day out of Full Frontal. Downey will pull a podium for HHSR. Rahal in 4th, Paulson 5th, and it's Jackson who's going to suffer a little. A 10th to Roush's 6th, but it's still a top 10 for Jackson. Very strong result. But what a day for history to be made. Max Anderson has done it. Fast lap of the race. Dodd, a great recovery into the end to make a 1-2 for Full Frontal. It could have been a 1-2-3, which would be the second time in history it's been done. The other time was this team as well. But congratulations to Max Anderson. He's finally done it. And you know that there will be a lot of emotions flaring post-race, because now Finguy, 19th, Duncan, 21st, of what could have been a 2-3 for that team. Got to be some very angry voices in the pits, and probably a small penalty for the 41. But congratulations to Anderson. Let's go look at your finishing results. Alright, so as we come back in, as you saw just the outro, but we come back as this incident still under investigation, but we've heard that Fitzwater was put into the medical center and he was not cleared, as that hit there would be the culprit. Again, it's not Shepard's fault that he hit Fitzwater that way, but it's mostly Windhelm's. You can obviously see at this point, no one could have predicted the way Fitzwater would have bounced out and Shepard really had nowhere to go, the straight impact to his door at about 165 is not good for Fitzwater's condition. We have heard that he will not be cleared from the medical center post-race. And this will probably be Fitzwater out for a little bit. He's already been battling a little bit of a injury. He's been battling since season 3, which is a major bowel condition. And there's been a lot of speculation on when he would retire, and this will definitely influence that. Fitzwater, we do not expect him to make Talladega, and possibly not even the race after that in Denver. So it sucks for Fitzwater. We'll get a condition update when we come back again in Talladega. And I'll obviously update you guys on the Discord on the full condition post-race. So it sucks to see Fitzwater under this condition. It's his first injury of his career and possibly his last, as we don't know when he's going to retire. We don't know when he's going to announce that. This could definitely influence it happening much sooner than he expected, though. Bad luck for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. So it's Max Anderson taking away career win number 10. Todd will come home second, which, if I'm correct, second is his best career finish, maybe? Well, it's got to be tied for his best career finish, if at the least, because he's never won a race. Downey in third, Rahal in fourth, Paulson fifth, Roush in sixth. Eric Monaco will get the best result for Clever Haas after his teammates touched. Caldwell recovers to an excellent 8th position. Scott in 9th, and Paul Jackson will round out your top 10. That's another great result for Jackson. Fitzwater's momentum will finally take a halt as he gets involved in an incident with Windhelm and Shepard. Windhelm 100% going to the steward's office after this race. That was a terrible rejoin onto the track. And you know they're going to have something to say about that. Especially Fitzwater's going to have something to say about that, because that's another race that's been ruined by another person's influence. Shepard also got to be angry with that. Bad luck for them, but Benoit Lervine, another great result for him in that 7 car. Congratulations once again to Anderson. And it's finally been broken. We finally have hit 10 career wins on the 6th season, round 6. We hit the number 10 barrier. Congratulations to Anderson for being the first 10-time winner and officially solidifying greatest of all time with that. You can bet that he's greatest of all time now. Jackson's close. Maybe a title will lean it in his favor, but for now, Anderson holds that title of greatest of all time. What a race that was for Max Anderson as we roll out of Nashville, Tennessee. Finish it up here as we move on. Next race, Talladega, the second super speedway of the season, which is going to be exciting. Last time we were there, it was Irvine taking the win, and with the momentum he's held this season, I wouldn't doubt him doing it again. He's already a 3-time winner. Can he go for 4, which would tie Rowe in rank C equipment all of his career, which would be so impressive if he could do so. Congratulations, though, to Anderson. We'll see you all in Talladega next time. Ciao.